Hey, we're talking about us today, so go ahead and check us out right now. It's coming up next on Geek Out SA. And welcome back to Geek Out SA. It's Friday and we're having fun. Are we having fun? We're having fun. Yeah, we're having fun.
You're having fun.
So this is one of these episodes where we're talking about us. Because a lot of times we don't talk about a lot. We talk about a lot of what we cover, but we don't necessarily talk about what we're doing all the time.
I don't know. I feel like you talk about yourself all the time. A lot. Incessantly. Maybe.
Incessantly.
No. I feel like you like yourself a lot and you talk about yourself a lot. I don't know that you talk about yourself on the show a lot. I live with you, so I hear you talk about yourself and how awesome you are.
Talk about yourself all the time.
All the time. I mean, I'm pretty sure, like, even on your video for your new mic system, people got to hear your little, like, you have your own little spiel about yourself, like.
Oh, yeah. When I do the mic test?
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah.
You should tell everybody on the show in case they haven't watched the video, they haven't gotten to hear the little Vince spiel about himself.
Hey, this is Vinny G, the man with the plan, out of sight and in the groove, a really modern kind of guy.
See? It's kind of a thing.
It's a range. You have to do a range of that.
Does it a lot. It's cute because your dad actually...
We got to test it.
Your dad actually made that up for you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's kind of cute, like if you know the backstory, but he does it a lot. And he's not just doing it when he's testing the microphones. Vince likes himself. So that's good, though. It's nice to have self-esteem. He does. He likes himself a lot.
I don't hate myself.
So when he proposed this show where we talked about ourselves, I was like, well, of course, it's your favorite subject.
I don't talk about myself that much.
No, I mean, you talk about other things, too.
we are testing something out and boosting up our volume, so hopefully you can hear us really well. I hope you can. We already have a bunch of people watching us already. Retro Crunch says hit that like button. Yes, hit that like button and you'll get a notification every time we go live or every time we post something new.
It's like fireworks. Pew, pew, we're live. Go, watch us. No, just kidding.
What if I tapped it lightly, though? That comes from Alex.
If you tap the like button lightly?
No.
I guess.
I don't know if
it'll like us, then unlike us.
It'll like and then unlike.
And then like us, and like us, and then unlike us. And we hate that.
We just want you to like us. Like, if you don't like us, fine. We don't like you either. No, I'm just kidding. I probably don't even know who it
Retro
is.
Crunch says, Colleen calling you out hard, LOL. Jaybird says, oh snap, things are getting real. So and we actually adjusted some stuff with lighting, so we have better lighting. So hopefully you like that too. I don't know.
I think it looks green. It feels weird. It may just be because I'm like super fatigued and in a lot of pain and feeling kind of nauseous. So
yeah, no,
like
I think
everything
it's
looks
just
green.
More, it's brighter. It's more of a white light.
Now everybody can see like all my wrinkles and stuff. I'm not down for all that. Make darker. Make it darker. Make it like a cave in here. Everybody has to use their echolocation in order to see me from now on.
So we're going to talk about ourselves a little bit of stuff that we do. So as for me, I am a web developer, and that's what I do, like, during the week. Like code web applications.
I mean, I think some of them have babies that they need to put to sleep right now, so why don't you describe your job a little more fully?
Well, that's not I'm not going into detail.
I'm just kidding. I love you, honey.
I find it exciting when I do stuff. Yeah.
He does. And I try to act like pretend that I find it exciting, but then he called me out the other day and he was like, I totally know when you're like, oh my God, honey, that is really exciting. I can't believe you did that. And he's like, you're so fake. I was like, what? You knew that all along? That's not okay.
Yes,
I was trying to be genuine.
all along.
I really love you and I'm trying to pretend like I care, but I totally don't. Like, I think your job is super boring.
But we're here in San Antonio, Texas. We talk about tech stuff. We talk about comic books. We talk about TV shows and movies and
A lot of that.
do a lot of stuff. Just that on the show. But we have a lot of other things that we have going on besides that. We have a ton of other things that we're going on. But if you want to give in a little more information about what you do for a living.
Oh, I thought we were talking about you today.
We're talking about us. It's just not just me.
Well, no. Well, I talk about myself too all the time. Like, I tell people all the time that I'm an educator. I'm really proud of being an educator. So I think everybody already knows that about me. I think that it is an important profession. I think that what I do has meaning. So I talk about it because I'm really proud of myself, and it took me a long time to get here. I have this whole sob story about making wrong life choices and being extremely poor and having to sell my blood so that my kids could have Christmas presents. Like, we've come really far from where we were before. Mm-hmm. So I'm really proud of where we are today as far as the careers that you and I have and where we're kind of going with them. I give you a hard time, but you're actually doing a really good job at work and moving up and making a name for yourself and made a really good platform at work that people wouldn't understand. But I'm giving you a hard time, but I really do. I really am proud of you. And I'm really proud of myself too. I think I'm really good at being an educator. So that's my big thing right now. And I'm getting my master's degree because I happen to get a grant for it, but that requires that I jump through hoops. So that's one of the reasons why I'm tired and cranky today.
You actually have one of your students watching.
One of my students.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yes, I'm proud to be your student. LOL. Hello, Mrs. Guzman. It's me, Alex, and that was Alex.
Oh, it's Alex. Hi, Alex. Yeah. I'm really excited. I'm gonna try to make it through my master's and then learn some really fun stuff to teach y'all next year. I'm reading all kinds of books and stuff so that we can read together, and so yay, I'm excited. I like being a teacher, so I'm excited to go back already. So, but I don't just do that. My whole life does not revolve around that. I am pretty geeky.
I mean, and that's why we talk about a lot of the stuff that we do, because back in the day, I mean, I started out, I wear a lot of Star Wars. I do.
You do wear a lot of Star Wars.
But I wear a lot of Superman, and I have a whole shrine to Superman. I have a Superman domo. I have a few Superman domos.
He has a Superman
pig.
Plethora of Superman.
Piggy bank.
Yeah. He has Superman pajamas. He has Superman socks. He has Superman t-shirts. He has Superman unmentionables. He has Superman toys. He has a Superman cape that his grandma sewed for him. He has a Superman cape that his mom bought for him that's a big boy cape that he can wear now. He has Superman bow ties. He has Superman suspenders. He has Superman cups to drink out of. It's kind of a thing. He has Superman slippers and he has Superman chanclas.
I have a Superman light as of the other day.
Yeah.
One of the kids got me a little Superman light.
It's kind of a thing with him. Superman is kind of his thing. Yeah. So whenever there's the Superman-Batman argument, he's he's in the middle of that. Yeah, he's in the middle of that for sure.
It's always Superman.
So, I'm not as singularly minded when it comes to a specific superhero. I really do enjoy the Ninja Turtles, but again, that came more from the cartoons. I think more into cartoons than anything else. So I like the cartoon.
The original Ninja Turtles, and we've talked about this before, were very brutal.
Yeah, super dark.
And they were just black and white, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I caught a few of them, but they were very, very, well, even some of the ones that they have today are pretty brutal.
Yeah. There's
compared to the cartoon.
3 or 4 different versions. There's the cute kids version, and then the more adult version.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And the cute kids is okay, but I do prefer the more adult because I am an adult. And I was an adult even when they were created. It's not like this was something that was created when I was a kid. Yeah. If we want to go back to when I was a kid, I was very much into Star Trek. My parents watched a lot of Star Trek. And as far as comics and stuff goes, I was really into Archie, which is weird now that they've made Riverdale into this like 90210, like really dark, weird show for me. I really like it, and I didn't think I was going to, but I used to like that Archie.
I mean, I wasn't so much into like comic books, but I would read the newspaper and see the comics, like the Spider-Man comics in there.
Those every Sunday.
I would owe it, and they would always leave you with a cliffhanger.
And I'm a Calvin and Hobbes. Because it was one strip, and I was like, yeah,
darn it, I want to know.
I'm a Calvin and Hobbes girl, so I have every Calvin and Hobbes book that ever came out. I love Calvin and Hobbes. I think that's one of the reasons why I like being a teacher is I like those Calvin-esque type kids. I was that Calvin-esque type kid. I was really, really bad little kid. Like, I don't think people know. I was really naughty. Like, what? I'll tell you a Calvin story about me while Vincent's looking at the chat. So when I was in the 5th grade, we had to play this really lame game called pin soccer. So you got a bowling pin, and there was a big square, and you had to kick the ball and try to kick over somebody else's bowling pin, and you were supposed to like save your bowling pin from getting kicked over. Well, I thought the game was really lame. It's called pin soccer. It was really lame. So I hated that game. So I would like jump and like spread my legs and let the ball go between my legs and knock over my pin, and then be like, oh my God, I'm out, right? So I got in trouble for doing that because apparently, as Vince pointed out, I'm not a very good faker and not a very good actor. So I got in trouble. So I had to go stand by the fence.
Unless you're acting to read everything on your face.
Yeah. Well, so I'm standing by the fence and I'm bored. And there's one of the big air conditioning machines inside the fence that I'm by. And these little kids come by. And then I was like, this ought to be fun. So my friend and I convinced the little kids that it was like an electrical thing for the whole building that was behind the fence. And that was why the fence was there, because if you went in there, you could get shocked and you could get electrocuted and die. And they were like, nuh-uh, nuh-uh. And I was like, yeah. And the electricity will like come out here, and sometimes it can hurt you. So you like really shouldn't like be messing with the fence or whatever. And they were like, nuh-uh. So I climbed up the fence, and I was like halfway up, and then I shook the fence like this, and I was like, and I threw myself backwards, and I fell on the ground, and then I like twitched a little, and they were like 2nd grade, and I was like 5th grade, and they cried a lot. So I got a spanking at school for that one. Yeah, that was a bad choice. So yeah, I was like very much like Calvin when I was a kid. So when I started reading those as I got older, I was like, oh, I like this kid.
S. Guzman says, me in gym class, honestly.
Yeah.
So
gym as a geek, not my thing. So what about you? Vincent was a really good kid, right? You were very good.
I wasn't always good. At school, I was good.
Yeah.
When I was in not in elementary school, I was not good.
No?
No, I was very, very bad. I used to do bad things all the time. When I got into like middle school, I went to like a regular middle school, and I was shocked by all the people. Because I was very.
Because you had gone to private school?
Yeah, I've gone to private school all
me
through
too.
my elementary years.
You went to a church private school, right? So did I. Yeah. Different. We went to different ones, but we just so happened that we kind of had that parallel growing up. We went to that church private school when we were in elementary school. So I did too.
Adam says, "What's up, y'all?"
Hey, Adam.
Vince, you survived the week. Yes, I survived the week. So I usually he works with me at my place of employment, and we message each other all the time. And he's if you should definitely check out his YouTube channel. So him and Nate, his son Nate. So
yep,
it's really good.
So what kind of stuff did you like as a kid? Like I brought some of my collectibles because we talk about, people know that I like the Ninja Turtles. They've heard that like a million times. People know that you like Superman. They've heard that like a million times. I brought some of my collectibles down here to show off because there's a couple of things that I collect that I haven't ever really talked about before. And one of them stems from my childhood, but as an adult, as I find things, I still collect them because I still like it. So I was very much into the Smurfs as a kid. These are not from my childhood. These are obviously new. This is something that just recently came out that I got. And this is something that our sons found at Trader Village. So if you're a kid from the 80s, you'll remember that they started bringing things out in these weird, like, flocked vinyl. So they have this, like, plushy feeling, but they're like a plastic figure underneath. So my sons found these for me, which just kind of made me giggle because I used to have these little bears that were like this and some little cats. And anyways, they kind of lived in a house. So, and then I have this whole thing, and I'm not going to show you everything inside of it, but this is literally all Smurfs. And it is like Smurfs from McDonald's.
She like has them hidden all over the house.
And Smurfs, these are the original figures, so this is what they originally looked like, this size. So I'm always looking for these from my childhood, but then the bigger ones, they came and they had them when the Smurf movies came out, so they had them at McDonald's and stuff. So I have tons of them. I played soccer when I was a kid. I wasn't very good at it, but I played soccer, so I have soccer Smurf, and I just have all kinds of Smurfs. So that's one of my things. That's one of my like secret passion things is my Smurfs. I have Smurfs. Right now they're all packed up because I changed the layout of things because I'm crazy like that, and I change the layout of stuff over the summer all the time. So
I know in elementary school I used to collect Garbage Pail Kid cards, the stickers, all the time. I used to love those things.
Really?
And when they came out, I was like, what?
Yeah, we used to get them at the Dollar Tree.
Yeah.
Remember that juice, and you would press the head of the juice, and it was like a girl, a garbage pail girl, and then her mouth would open and
would, like vomit.
yeah. I don't know. They had weird garbage pail kids were weird things. If you're not from the 80s, you probably don't know.
I was like an entrepreneur back in there. We would like trade and sell them.
So they were kind of like Pokemon cards of our day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except you couldn't play a game with them.
That's true.
You can make money with them.
Because we used to do football cards.
I really, really loved gadgets, and I would like to take things apart and then put them back together again.
Did they work when you put them back together?
They did work when they would put them
that's
back together.
That's impressive. I'm pretty impressed. So then, middle school, I still liked my Smurfs. I had my Smurfs up. But middle school, I moved away from private church school and went out to a school in a small town outside of San Antonio. We lived here, but my dad taught out there, so I went to school out there. And I think for me, the biggest geek, there weren't geeks out there, not in the country. And if you were a geek and they found out, then your life was not a special kind of happy. It was kind of the opposite of that. So, and I like to read a lot.
And still, kids experience that today. Adults experience that today. Not as much.
I think less.
Yeah, not as much, but it's still a thing.
Especially now.
There's still people that are very non-geeky.
But I was reading an article. I was reading an article about a college professor who is now offering a course on Batman. And you see all the paraphernalia like at Walmart and Target, and you can buy figures and you can buy clothing, and all the movies have made the comic book heroes more mainstream. So yeah, they're not geeks in the same way that we were, but I just don't think they're as mean.
What are wacky packages stickers?
They're like
Garbage Pail kind of, but
yeah, they're like Garbage Pail, but they're like product based.
Yeah, so it's like a ketchup bottle.
Oh, yes. I didn't know they were called that.
Yeah.
I didn't really collect those though. But I remember that.
I didn't even know about them until a few years ago when I saw them at the Dollar Tree. I didn't even know that was a thing when we were kids. I don't remember that. I know Hello Kitty was a big thing when we were kids. Like Sanrio was a big thing when we were kids.
Yeah. Well, I remember at River Center, they had a big Sanrio store.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I used to like checking out. I was a big Keroppi fan.
Yeah. Cute. I liked all that stuff, but we couldn't afford it, so I didn't have any of that stuff. I just walk by the mall and go, oh, that stuff's really cute. I can't have it. Keep walking. So in middle school, I was a big reader. I know you've never been a reader. That's not your thing. But I was a big reader. I read a lot. And I read comics. I read some of the X-Men series and stuff like that. Still was reading my Archie stuff back then. Was still reading the Sunday paper and reading the Spider-Man.
I don't think I really started reading comics until high school.
Really?
Yeah. And checking that out. because they had a lot of cool pictures.
My dad
I
had
could read.
comic, because my dad was an artist, so a lot of the time he would show the overly accentuated comic book art style. And that was a way to sometimes get reluctant artists to come in because they wanted to draw that style. And so he would use that. So we had comic books in the house. My dad had Conan the Barbarian comics, super old. And I would read those. And then for a while I went through this horror phase where I was really
and
big
when you're talking
into,
about
like, all things horror.
Monster Balls. They were bringing up Monster Balls right now.
Oh,
I remember the Monster Balls.
You mean Mad Balls?
Were they mad? Were they called Mad Balls? Yeah. Well, Stuart would know because he's the toy guy.
Yeah, Stuart's the toy guy. They were the ones that had like dripping pus and stuff, right?
Yeah.
And they were like kind of squishy and yeah. I think I have some stickers still. I had a big like sticker fascination in middle school too. Yeah, we made sticker books.
I think they came from like the 60s and 70s because we had sticker books too back in
really?
Like 70s, early 70s. It was like at primary school, it was like if you did good, you got a sticker, and you got the scratch and sniff ones. Oh my god.
Yes. I love the scratch and sniff.
Scratch and sniff ones were awesome. They smelled great, tasted awful.
And then for a while, they did the holographic stickers, and those were like a big deal. And then we went through Lisa Frank was like a big thing when I was in middle school. It was Lisa Frank stickers, Lisa Frank, whatever you could get. But you hated the Lisa Frank.
It was bright.
Super girly, super neon, super girly. So it was super girly.
Many unicorns.
Yeah, lots of unicorns. And then we went to fuzzy stickers. So I remember that in middle school too. In fact, I probably have those around the house somewhere.
The fuzzy stickers. I remember.
Like my sticker books. Because my mom got me like photo albums, where you could peel, the kind where you could peel up the thing and then you would put the photos in there and put the thing back and it was sticky. I had photo albums like that, and that was what became my sticker books. Because I didn't want to pull the sticker off and stick them on a regular sticker book because then it would like ruin it. I don't know. It was weird. In fact, I think I have Jackson 5 stickers. I'm going to have to go look now. Now I'm like all excited.
I'm going back through some of the posts. Where is it? DJ Sombrero said, did either of you spit wads on the ceiling? I did, LOL. From DJ Sombrero.
I didn't do that because that's super disgusting. Like,
no,
spit is gross. Maybe that's a boy thing.
Maybe I
don't know.
rolled the pencil up into the ceiling once.
I never did that stuff. Like, it wasn't about destroying things. Like, I think if I destroyed things, my dad probably would have whooped me pretty good. Like, if he found out like I was destroying stuff. We used to do the thing.
Don't do that,
terrible.
Kids.
Don't do that. Don't like destroy other people's things. Remember the thing where you had to hold your pencil, and then the other person would get their pencil, and then they bam, and then they would try to break your pencil.
Yeah.
And then as your pencil got smaller and smaller, you were holding it, and man, they would whap your fingers. Oh, yeah, we used to play that stupid game too. I don't know. We made up stupid games. Like, I know the internet is terrible and kids can see like all these things now, but we were still making up things without the internet, like all kinds of stupid games.
Or we'd like fold the paper triangle and then play football with it.
Mm-hmm. Or did you try to roll the straw until you would make it pop?
Yes, and it
pop, pop, and then it would make a big popping sound, and you were like all excited because you made it. Yeah, we used to do really stupid things as kids. So then in middle school was when I first met this family down the street, and they played role-playing games. So I was about
and when was
12.
That? In middle school?
That was in middle school, so I was about 7th grade when I played my first Dungeons and Dragons game. So, and then we played that for a while until my mom found out. And then I've told everybody all the stories about the 1980s, like Dungeons and Dragons meant you worship the devil, and my mom had to watch me play so that I wasn't summoning Satan or something. So there was all of that drama. But yeah, so we played D&D, and then we branched off and we played some GURPS. And we played Starfleet Battles. Oh my God,
I did some obscure stuff. Back in middle school, I think probably 8th grade, I started off with Cyborg Commando, which I'm looking at right now because I have a copy of it.
Yeah, you still have that.
It's in a box. Yep. And Top Secret SI.
Top Secret SI. We tried to play some. Was there a game? I remember playing a spy game, but it was, I don't know if it was specifically a James Bond RPG. my group wasn't into it. My group was more into the fantasy type stuff. We really liked the fantasy type stuff. And there was another system that we played that I really liked, and now I can't remember it for the life of me. I know I have my character sheets somewhere, but and it wasn't GURPS, it was something else. We really, really liked that, but we were so lame. There was only like 4 or 5 of us, and so we wanted the game to like go better, and we wanted like certain things to happen. So the DM, our friend, he would let us like play more than one character each. So we would each have like 2 or 3 characters in front of us that we would be playing. But we had to be careful not to like have our personal characters like interact too much, because then the game was just us talking to ourselves. And so it was like, you had to be mindful of like all of these different characters. Oh, Palladium. That was the name of it. We used to play Palladium. Yeah. And
Retro Crunch says Talisman. I missed that one.
Talisman.
That was another RPG.
I didn't play that one either.
I didn't play it, but I knew about it.
Yeah. I think that's the thing about RPGs, right? There's so many out there. And even back then, I didn't realize how many truly were out there.
Yeah,
there was
DJ
a lot.
Sombrero says, I always wanted to try GURPS. Can't ever find a core book.
GURPS was crazy because you could get like super ridiculously high characters. So it wasn't as fun because you never felt this sense of danger, like something might really happen to your character.
Yeah.
Because you could make it so that they were stupid highs. So we only played GURPS.
I mean, it depends on what the GM does too.
That's true. That's true.
So. But yeah, GURPS you can still find pretty easily.
I thought so, yeah.
Yeah, like
at half-price books. Yeah, at half-price books. Check there. And then I also remember my friend had a Tandy, and we played this video game called Pirates. And it took forever to play that video game. It would be like 8 hours, and we would just be like getting our ships lined up with the pirate ship so that we could like battle and stuff. It took forever, but it was a lot of fun. Like, we liked it. I don't know why we liked it, because it took forever to play, but we were like really liked it. I think we liked we were always like readers, so we were very immersive in anything that we did. So we got into being pirates, even though it took us 8 hours to do.
NJ, what is this? Well, NJ, we're talking about ourselves today.
We're narcissists. Hi, welcome to Narcissism
welcome
Channel.
to our show. What gotta say? All we do is talking about ourselves. No, from time to time we'll go out and we're talking about what we're doing, who we are, and what we're doing this year. So we picked today to do it today. So we do a lot of stuff other than this show. So
this is just a once in a while kind of thing, so that people can get to know us who haven't seen us. But we talk. Sometimes we have guests from here in San Antonio, so we talk to cosplayers and artists and writers and YouTubers and really anybody who's a geek who wants to be on tabletop game creators, video game creators, anybody here in San Antonio who does any kind of geek thing. We have them on as guests. And then we talk about geeky TV and geeky movies and sometimes non-geeky movies because we watch them, and talk about comic books and figures sometimes and toys and just kind of what's going on in the geeky world.
Do you like anime? Yes, we do like anime. Yeah.
We don't watch it as often. I don't think it's our main.
You don't watch it as often.
How often do you watch anime?
I watch it on Netflix all the time.
Yeah, the secret stuff that he doesn't want you to watch.
I'm with you like practically 24/7 unless you're at work. I don't think you watch anime that much. I've been watching the Blade anime, but it's more of a mainstream.
Yeah.
It's on TV. It's on cable. So, but I've been watching the Blade one. And then I saw something today that Netflix is doing another run of Castlevania. We did watch Castlevania.
Yeah,
because,
Funimation is in Texas.
Yeah. So I don't know. I was pretty disappointed with the last Castlevania, so I don't know.
Yeah, on Netflix. They're coming up with season 2.
They're coming with season 2.
I was kind of bored with that one.
Yeah, I was too. So I don't know. We've had a lot of people suggesting to us things that we should watch.
But we really did like, what was the one?
I really like Death
The
Note.
Shinigami.
Death Note.
Death Note, yes.
You really liked Sword Art Online.
Yes.
You liked that one. I liked the one that we watched at the Draft House with Anime at the Alamo.
Game or Die or something like that.
Game or Die, I think was the name of it. I like that one a lot. So yeah, I mean, yes. Have we watched anime? Yes. Do we have anything against anime? No.
You should get some Funimation voice actors on your show. That would be cool.
That would be super cool.
That would be cool.
If they would come and be on our show, I would be like shocked. But that would be super awesome. We'll start asking. We're really willing to talk to anybody who wants to come out and talk to us
do you
about
have any connections
their fandom.
do?
I can make that happen.
Okay.
Yeah, mostly what Vincent and I want to do is talk about all different kinds of fandom, because that is something that we have seen too, is people within fandom
There's a lot of
not understanding one another.
subgenres within the geek community.
Yeah, and sometimes there's that bullying between the subgenres.
Yeah, like you'll have sci-fi, but then you'll have like steampunk. And sometimes they don't necessarily get along as well. I don't know.
Steampunk is something that you and I I don't even know if it was a thing, but I didn't find out about it until we were like in our 30s.
Yeah.
Early 30s.
It's about to get much bigger
Yeah.
because of a certain movie coming out at the end of the year.
Nice. So
Very cool.
I think that steampunk is extremely intriguing, and so
Yeah.
I
mean, just the craft that you do with it, just some of the costumes that you can come with.
So we've done some of the costuming.
We've done some of the
and stuff like
costuming
that.
with that as well as doing Star Wars costuming, because we're big Star Wars buffs as well.
We do, and we do like to do cosplay as well. We tend to do cosplay on a dime because we don't have that many dimes. So we try to spend them wisely. So we do a lot of like thrift store and stuff like that. And that started again, we were talking about childhood, but that started for me as a child because growing up we didn't have very much money, but my dad was an art teacher. So we had great costumes when I was allowed. The years I was allowed to have Halloween, which is another sordid story. But the years I was allowed to have Halloween, my dad made like really great costumes. And so then we were kind of poor when we were raising our kids. And so I just kind of carried that tradition on. And so we've made the kids
And it's funny how
all
like
kinds of costumes.
they do the different panels at the conventions about how to costume like at Goodwill or a thrift store or something like that.
Yeah, and that's the way I always did it. I didn't realize that people were buying these costumes from big companies until much later. Until I like met.
Well, a lot of people do costume that way too.
A lot of people costume
And
like
sometimes you can come up with better stuff.
Yeah. Well, I think it's just
Better
more
quality.
it's more personal when you do it yourself. Like for our Jedi outfits, because we had to sew them, because we found fabric that we liked and we thought kind of gave this look that we liked, I think they become more personal to you when you design them rather than... Now, if you want it to be super authentic, then yes, you probably want to buy something that somebody has created. But I always liked it, and I like to do the mashups. My kids always hate it when I do the mashups, but I like to do the mashups. I saw a really cool steampunk, speaking of steampunk, like steampunk Wonder Woman. That was really cool that I'd really kind of like to maybe consider doing. So, I don't know. Vincent and I are kind of geeks. Like we kind of like a little bit of everything. I don't think that we're super uber geeks. Like we're not, like I don't know every planet in the Star Wars universe. I don't think I know every villain that's in the Superman series. I don't know.
And the thing is, you don't have to be a geek.
Yeah.
It's out there. There's information that you can learn about, so you can learn more about if you're interested in it. But you don't have to be like a super expert on it because they're not going to test you on it unless you're taking a class in
There's not
college
like a
about
state standardized
Batman
test.
in college.
Not yet.
Not yet. You're gonna have to get a geek badge, and you're gonna have to take a test. And if not, nobody's gonna talk to you. It's gonna be like this weird.
Like you don't have your badge.
You don't have your badge.
I'm not talking to you.
You didn't earn any badges.
Let's not go there.
You didn't earn your Pokemon Go badge.
Hey, I love Pokemon Go. Speaking of Pokemon Go, there's an event this weekend where you can get Squirtle, and then if you do your field research, you can get Squirtle with sunglasses. And because of the 2-year anniversary, the new Pikachu came out today, and it has like a little cute sun hat and some sunglasses. And so I already caught a couple of those and evolved to my Raichu. So I have a Pikachu and a Raichu of every, like.
Have you ever
hashtag.
seen Cland? I've never seen Cland.
I've never seen Cland.
No.
I've never even heard of Cland. Is that an anime,
And
maybe?
then Cland After Story. It's a real tear jerker. I've never seen that one yet.
No, we'll have to check that out. Put it on our list of things. I wonder, is it on Netflix or do you have to get it on Crunchyroll or
subbed or dubbed?
Oh yeah, that's a big thing for him. He likes it dubbed. I prefer it subbed. So that kind of makes our anime watching kind of difficult with each other too, because you and I like very different styles of anime. Because Vincent really abhors reading, and I don't know how, and I don't know why, and I wish I could fix it, because he won't even read words on the screen when he's watching a show.
When you're going through lines and lines of code every day.
That's not the same as reading. It's not the same as like going on an adventure and being in a new place. It's not the same thing. It's not the same thing.
It is the same thing.
When you read a book, like you're escaping and you're going somewhere new. You wear glasses.
My eyes get tired from the screen.
I really thought he was going to like Ready Player One, and so I tried to do for him what I do for my students, and I was like, oh, I'll read the book out loud because I'm reading it anyways, and he'll like it. And he was liking it, but he kept falling asleep. Every time I'd read the book, he'd fall asleep.
I can do audiobooks, but Colleen says it's not the same.
You can do an audiobook, but it's not actually reading. It's just listening to words.
Yeah, but you're still... Maybe that's how I take it in and absorb it.
Not the same.
So...
No, you made me upset.
I started reading Stranger in a Strange Land.
3 years ago, and he's gotten to 2 chapters. That's a really good book, too. It's by Heinlein. It's by Heinlein, for crying out loud.
He's losing voice. So,
making me upset.
There's a lot of stuff that we're doing right now in 2018. We're actually preparing for Game Expo. Game Expo is happening in March next year, 15th through 17th.
So exhausting.
And Colleen is back.
I'm back. Yay. So excited. No, I mean, I do. I love tabletop gaming, and I want to help with the convention, but people have no idea how difficult it is to run a convention and try to get money together to make the convention come together. And getting game masters to run games is like trying to herd wet cats who are angry and haven't been fed for a week. It's just ridiculous. And trying to get volunteers is tough, and because a gaming convention is different than a comic convention.
Yeah.
Because in a gaming convention, the whole point is to come and play games. But you can't come and play games if nobody brings the games. And Vincent and I can't have a big enough game library that encompasses like every single game in the whole world. So we need people to come and bring their games and play them. But again, it's difficult. So
you guys should interview Colin Nicka. He's on Instagram. He's a San Antonio artist who does paintings of geeky stuff.
that's cool. Write that down. He doesn't have any paper.
I don't have any
I've
paper.
written it down.
Okay.
The producer wrote it down. We'll do that.
Good thing we have a producer for that.
We've been trying to get the artist Freddie Lopez to come out. Freddie.
Yeah, Freddie, you need to get here.
He's really super busy, and now it's con season, and he's restarted going to the cons, and he actually has a day job, and he does freelance work for some other titles that I'm not sure if I'm allowed to talk about yet. So he's doing freelance work, and then he was getting his own stuff ready for con season. So he was supposed to come.
It's busy. Yeah, it's con season right now, so it's really busy.
There's no such thing as con season anymore.
Well,
No, not really.
True.
I think it depends on what your season is that you're gonna go to cons. I guess I don't know.
I could go to 3 conventions every weekend, or somewhere in the United States.
Like October was no bueno for us anymore. So
I think some of the months get more full than others.
No.
In Texas?
No,
No?
not anymore.
You don't think so?
No.
They're all the
It's
same?
Stupid. It's like this weekend there's 2 Pokemon festivals. There's one in McAllen and there's one up in Dallas.
Oh.
it's very saturated.
It is super saturated. I'm kind of over it, which I guess I shouldn't say since I'm helping run one. But
but a gaming convention is different in the fact that you actually get to do stuff.
Yeah, you get to herd a whole heap of people like wet cats.
that haven't eaten for a week.
That haven't eaten for a week, yes.
Especially in San Antonio, because people don't come together as much as they should in the gaming community.
I would love for people to come together. That would be
And
the
it's
ultimate
weird here in
goal.
San Antonio.
Yeah, it's
very
different.
cliquish here in San Antonio.
It's very different. But the hope is that we create this gaming convention where all the types of gaming are shown off, the tabletop gaming, so that there are miniatures, there's role-playing games, there's board games, there are card games. We even do those types of group games like Werewolf. And so that if you
We also have
not...
indie video games there too.
And if you have not tried any of those types of games and you don't know where to start or where to like meet a group or something, because it's kind of weird, right? If your group isn't playing that kind of game, but maybe you'd really like to try it and they don't really want to try it, but then you just got to put yourself out there on the Facebook or on the internet or something. I don't know. To me, it's weird. So I like the convention setting and that you can go and there are people playing role-playing games and they're like, hey, this is for new people who want to try it. Why don't you come on in? Or the same goes for any of the other style of game.
Yeah.
So
the Adventures League here in San Antonio is really good about bringing in new
super great
players.
Red Star Gaming is always really great about teaching Warhammer to people who want to learn that.
And sometimes they do painting tutorials too.
Painting
really
tutorials.
cool.
I really enjoyed getting to do some painting with them. And I played
Magic the
miniatures,
Gathering course set pre-release tonight at midnight.
Yep.
DJ
So
Sombrero.
I am not a Magic player. I have tried it. It's not my game.
Magic.
Yeah.
But I played Magic when you couldn't give Magic cards away. Because
now
it
it's a big
died
deal.
for a while.
Yeah.
And then it came back.
Yeah, I remember playing it on my honeymoon.
Oh yeah.
This is before my son was born. My son is 22 now.
Oh wow. Yeah, I played it. It's not my game, but I don't have a problem with people who play it. Like, if you want to play it, that's super great. Like, and you enjoy it. And man, Magic players can play Magic. Like, they will play and play and play and play and play. But I think that's all of us who play games. Like, once we get involved in playing games.
So what are some of the other things that you're actually working on another channel?
I am working on another channel, and I'm hoping Vincent is going to cut another video for me today. I wanted to do weekly videos, but I haven't. So terrible. Oh my God.
Just call me. I'll come over and help.
But it's a teacher channel. It is for parents and for educators. So I'm trying to show parents different ways that they can help enhance their child's learning. One of the things I did was actually how to use video games and as a learning tool. I also talked about how to use YouTube shows like this one as a learning tool and things that parents can do, because kids are moving more towards watching YouTube all the time. They don't even watch TV as much as we did. So.
So if you want to look it up, it's called Gifted Guzman. You look that up, and that's the name of her channel. So go to Gifted Guzman, and you'll see it. I'm also helping out. I'm one of the main organizers for SA YouTube Create, and it's a local YouTube group community that comes together every Wednesday, except for this Wednesday because, well,
it was the 4th,
it was the 4th of July, and we're with our families. But some of them got together anyway and went to one of our other buddies' houses, and they had a good time there, had a party. So that
it's a really great group, and they are extremely helpful and will help you with technology. They'll help you with like how to set up a studio or where you can go to use space, with how to vlog, basically like software, audio, anything that you want to do or need to do. If you're new to it, they'll teach you how to look at analytics and all of those things. It's a really great group, very friendly and very nice and very helpful. And they usually have guests come in or somebody come in and speak about different things every week. So it's not just straight hanging out, it's actually beneficial.
Yeah, so if you're interested in going, it's every Wednesday at 7 p.m. at Geekdom. It's 110 East Houston Street. We also have coming well, I'm also doing a new series called Tex-Mex on our channel. So I'm going to be talking about tech, and I think I talked about this the other day.
That was a lot of fun. This one was a lot of fun.
So
that's a lot of fun.
This is
video...
the NES Classic Edition. It's like 30 of the most favorite games on the NES. We've been playing a lot, and there's a lot of stuff that you can do with it. And this is something I'm going to be talking about soon that goes with this. So watch out for this. Tex-Mex coming soon with that, and also a mini Wi-Fi plug. So I'm going to be talking about that later. So we're going to be doing that.
And then I also do book talks, because you heard me ranting about reading, and I haven't done those in a while just because I've been trying to get my master's. So being a school teacher and getting my master's degree, I haven't gotten to do much casual reading, but I read all 4 books in the Aragon series. So I have some of those to review when I have a chance to sit down. And then I'm reading some young adult novels for my students, so that I can give them an idea.
Later on, we're going to be we have some ideas for doing some skits on our channel. I've already been a part of another YouTube channel, Jaybird Videos, and I was actually Vato Z in Vato Rangers. So if you haven't seen it, go check it out. Vato Rangers, that's all you have to do. VATO space Rangers, and go in there, look that up. It's going to be the first one that comes up, and watch it. It's all hilarious. Very funny.
It's really funny.
So check that out. It's going to be good. But thanks for checking us out. I'm really glad you were here. You were here watching us, having fun with us, conversing with us, asking us questions. But
giving us suggestions.
If you haven't subscribed to us, please subscribe to us. Please tell your friends about us. We're going to be here every Friday, or if we change it up, I don't know, a different day.
I don't know. Some people have told us that we should not do it on Fridays because people have lives on Fridays, and they might want to watch us live stream another day. As soon as I'm done with my degree, we'll talk about it.
Yeah. So thanks for checking us out. I'm Vince.
I'm Colleen, and that's Stuart behind there.
Geek out, SA.